Hello, it is me, Shirok and today, thank you for coming. I'm going to be talking about a bunch of things. I haven't done a video in a while, so I was like recently just kind of having some thoughts about what I would do a video about, and I think it's going to be about pain and how I've gotten through some things. It's also going to be about turtles. So, yeah, we're going to start with the turtle first. So, if you don't know about the turtle, you should really look into it. I've talked about this before in one of my previous videos, but I've talked about the Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the blue Avatar, but like it's a series, a cartoon series, and I recently watched that, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the four elements, and one thing that it's kind of boggled my mind a little bit, is in the first one, the reason that the Avatar even became the Avatar was because he lived on a turtle, apparently, and apparently there's like civilizations that lived on the turtle, and he got banned from the city that he was living on and ended up getting the fire element. Like he could, hold fire in his hand. He could create fire. And then it was given to him by a turtle. So it was like, I was like, what is this turtle thing? I don't even know what's going on with that. And then apparently there's like different turtles with different elements and cities on. So like there's an air turtle, which has airbenders who can manipulate air, and there's a turtle airbender, and there is an earth airbender, or earth an earth turtle bender, whatever. I can't say it. A turtle earth bender, yeah. And a turtle water bender. So the Avatar ended up he did something in the spiritual realm, because apparently during those times back in the day, people could see the spirits in the spiritual realm. And he saw that a white spirit, which was light, and then a dark spirit, were having a fight. And they were trying to dominate to see who would rule for 10,000 years. And so the Avatar, who only had the fire element, broke them apart, because he believed that the light, was like trying to control or like hurt the other one. So he didn't know anything about the light and the dark like that. So anyways, in order to restore balance, because the dark had gotten loose, basically, he went to all the other three of the turtles and got air and earth and water to bend, and he had to go around like to different places and learn how to manipulate water, manipulate earth, manipulate air and fire. I think he learned how to do that on his own, but either way. So anyways, I'm bringing it up because it was such a different kind of thing, and it just kind of stuck in my mind, like there's cities on turtles. Okay. So, that's just one thing. So then over like probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, there was a turtle outside in the road, and I was like, oh no, the turtle shouldn't be in the road. It probably came from the little pond over here. And so I ran out there and I picked the turtle up and put it in the grass so it wouldn't get hit by a car or anything. And so that turtle scurried off and I just let it go. It's not like I was going to help it or keep it or anything. It just kind of looked at me like, are you sure? Like it actually like, okay, so when I first ran up to it, it was like scurrying like faster, like, oh my God, somebody's chasing me. And like, so I picked it up and then I put it in the grass and it moved a little bit and then it stopped and looked at me like, you're not going to eat me? You're not going to hurt me? What? And I was like, nope, you can go. Bye. So anyways, that day I was going to go out to the park that I usually go to. And so when I went out to the park, I was, it's got like a windy, curvy little park. And I was walking along and there was a turtle just sitting there. And I was like, okay, something's up. Something's up with this. Like this is a message or something, So I looked it up and, it just meant what it meant at the time. And I went about my day. I don't know what's going on with my nose here. Probably cat hair. So anyway, nothing else came up about the turtles. The turtle avatar and then, but yesterday was Father's Day and I'm not really getting along with my dad, so I didn't hang out with my dad or didn't do anything or anything. I just went out into nature. I went to the park and I was going to go to, the gym and work out after that, just take a walk quick and then, well, not really quick, but whatever. Anyway, so I went out there and my mom called me and this is leading into something much, much bigger. So my mom called me and she's like, hey, somebody posted in her neighborhood Facebook group that they're selling a car for like $1,500, had 168,000 miles on it. And I was like, okay, well, I can handle that. Sounds good. But then like throughout the conversation, I couldn't send the guy a message and like I couldn't comment on the post. And so I just friended the person. And then they sent me a message and said, are you interested in the car? And I was like, yeah. But anyways, throughout this whole thing, me and my mom were just going on talking about this and that and whatever. And like, I was already planning to come to the area that she lives in anyways, because I was going to go to the grocery store and go work out. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I might shift, and go see this car or something. And so she said she was going to go take a walk around her neighborhood and find, talk to her neighbor people that she's friends with. And so she, in the process of her, like, getting ready to go out there. So FYI, I've cried a lot in the last 24 hours and I feel like I might not cry, but there might be some things that I might cry about. But this was a really, really hard thing that I had to go through yesterday. So just kind of bear with me. So I was on the phone with my mom and I decided to leave the park. I only go around one time. It's a pretty big, it's like 3 ponds. Like I'm kind of done after the first time. Or the one time. So I got in my car and I was getting ready to go back to my house so I could change my clothes. And I started to drive and I wasn't going very fast, but there was a car behind me that passed me. And then I noticed that there was a turtle on the side of the road. And like, I'm going this way and the turtle is on the same side and they're going that way. And so across the road, and I'm like, okay, so I thought to myself, I should help the turtle because the turtle's probably going to go out into the traffic and it probably is going to need some help getting across the road fast because it wasn't very big. It was probably about that big. Yeah. So anyways, so I got the message, just let the turtle find its way, leave it have its life on its own. And then I was like, I probably should let the turtle just live its life. But then I was like, it's really hot out, and like, what if it cooks on the road or something or whatever? And so I was like, I don't normally turn around for stuff, but I was like, fine, I'll just turn around and I'll just help it get across the road. So I turned around, and then I stopped. Like, the turtle was like starting to come out into the road. And then I stopped and I pulled over, I got out, and then there was this truck with a boat coming. And I looked at the truck, and I looked at the turtle, and then I looked at the truck, and then I looked at the turtle, and I looked at the truck, and then I was like, is the truck going to hit the turtle? Because I thought, if it were me, the reason I didn't go run across the road already, I had enough time, I could have, but like, I just kept like, I got froze. I was like, it's not like I play in the road, I'm not totally comfortable out there. I didn't want to just run out, So anyways, the truck came, and I thought maybe there was a chance that the turtle, sorry, I got a hair, the turtle might not get hit. But I stared at the turtle, and the tire hit the turtle, and it cracked the shell, and the guts flew all over. And I just was like, and I like froze. Both tires hit the turtle, and then I looked away, and the guts were like all over. And then my mom was like, what happened? Are you okay? Like, all this stuff, freaking out. And I like couldn't talk. I was just like shocked and devastated. Like, I've never had that kind of an experience before, like, ever. So I just got back in the car, and like, I didn't know, I was like overwhelmed with like, I was like still kind of like shocked, and like I felt like emotional, but I was like, I didn't even know the turtle, but like I still felt like something, you know what I mean? And then my mom was like, what happened? What's wrong? Are you there? And I was like, I didn't know. I was like, how do I explain? I didn't even want to tell her, So anyways, I told her what happened. And then she's like, that's so rude. Okay. So, anyways, I went home. I didn't get too emotional with my mom on the phone because I didn't think she could handle, so I just tried not to like cry about it. But the more I like investigated my feelings, my experiences. Oh, that's the air conditioner. I was like, what is that noise? It's like thundering outside. I was like, it's really raining out there. Okay, so anyway, so I get back, I end up getting off the phone with my mom, and it's like a half an hour drive to go to the gym. And so I change my clothes, and then I'm in the car, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I am a super kind person, and like, what does this mean? Like, this totally has a message with it. This means something. And I was like, I got the message that I shouldn't go. I should just let the turtle live its life, and I should just not be concerned, not try to save the turtle, not try to help the turtle. And this is a message that I've been continuously getting. Like, I should, like, the person that I lived with, I have had such a hard time walking away from that because of what happened to her in her childhood. And I'm genuinely caring. I'm an inner child person. So I genuinely care about inner child, everybody. So even if she was totally not a good person to me, I still have this like super duper at a soul level heart for the inner child and the experiences of the children of the world. So it doesn't matter if I like her or not, like it just, that's how I feel. And so I've been getting the message that, at a soul level, souls have a choice. They have an experience that they want to have when they come to Earth. And I need to respect the journey, whether it's good or bad. So, I guess I needed it cracked in my face, kind of. There's a lot. There's so many different, like, I'm probably gonna talk about this like more, because there's so many different like things that this represents. I mean, like, I looked up the symbolic meaning of turtle too. I'm gonna read some stuff, but so I got to the gym. I cried on the way there because I realized that basically, in order for me to learn what I needed to learn, or the expression or whatever, the turtle had to sacrifice its life. And I mean, like, it's like I was a fork in the road. I could have just, I wouldn't have even had the experience had I decided to just let the turtle live its life. I would have just not known a thing unless I drove out there again. But because I chose to turn around and save the turtle, help the turtle across the road, I potentially could have been the reason that it got squashed. And it came into my reality. I'm actually very grateful for the experience, not because I'm happy that it happened, but because I've learned so much since it happened in 24 hours. So when I got to the gym, I was listening to Kalina Melnar, and I'll link her video. I'm going to link a couple other videos too, about what I've kind of like gathered a little bit about turtles and their history. There's a native guy who talks about the turtle and like people living on the turtle and how God created the earth, and basically we live on a turtle, which is interesting. I mean, he didn't come right out and say that specifically, but that's like the story. And what was the other one? So let's see. So Kalina talked about there's 13, like, I don't want to call them symbols, but there's like, it's like a design that has 13 sections. There you go. Has 13 sections. God is 13. And then it's also like divine mother, like Earth Mother, which is interesting that it was Father's Day and I was on the phone with my mom when that happened. So I'm just going to read a little bit here. The turtle symbol also represents the Earth Mother. The Earth Mother features in many Native American myths and legends and is honored for saving mankind from the Great Flood. The turtle symbol of the Earth Mother represents her stoic ability to carry the heavy burden of man on her shell. Many species of the turtle have 13 sections of their underside, believed to represent the cycle of the 13 moons. The moons are celestial symbols of motherhood. There were so many tribes of Native American Indians, and it is only impossible to generalize the most common meaning of the turtle symbol or pattern. Native symbols are still used as tattoos and were used for a variety of reasons and depicted on numerous objects such as teepees, totem poles, musical instruments, clothes, war paint, Indian tribes, and also their own color for symbols and designs depending on the natural resources available to make Native American paint. it just goes on to talk about the natives and what they use for the turtles. It doesn't really talk too much about the turtle. Okay, so I'm going to read this other part, but I did do a channeling. Yeshua decided to come through, and then my higher self talk. So after I read this part, I'm going to read that. And then it'll all make sense because it's all going to just come together. Okay. The turtle is a sacred figure in Native American symbolism as it represents Mother Earth. The meaning of the turtle symbol signifies good health and long life. The turtle has great longevity, living up to 150 years. According to the Native American legends and myths of the eastern woodland tribes, the turtle played a part in their creation myth. The earth diver turtle swam to the bottom of the water that stretched across the world. He surfaced with the mud which the Creator used to make the earth. The hard shell of the turtle represents perseverance and protection. The additional information refers to for additional information, refer to power animals. The shell of the turtle is used to dispense medicines because of the association with spiritual healing properties, and the shell is also used to make dance rattles. The symbol of the turtle in Southwest tribes such as the Hopi and Navajo represents water, a much sought after commodity in desert regions. So mostly what I've gotten is, like, in one of the videos, the lady talked about how, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she talked about the toxic mother. And, like, so this is how I interpreted this whole experience yesterday. Like, basically, let people have their own journey. And there is a energy that I've been dealing with that is part of the Catholic religion. And it's, my dad grew up Catholic. He went to school in Catholic. And that person that I lived with went to school, Catholic school. And then my ex went to Catholic school. And so I'm kind of like in the process of moving into a higher timeline. And basically, like, I have to accept that there are going to be people that have chosen their own timeline, their own life, their own way of being, and that's just it. I cannot do anything. I can't bring them with. I have to go by myself. I have to go on my own. I have to leave them to their own journey, because if I try to help, or if I try to save them, or if I try to do anything, something not good could potentially happen to them. And either way, they could have something happen to them, but it's by their own choice. And I have to accept that. And you can feel it in my heart in the way that I express that. It's not very easy thing to do, watching people have their own journey. I can only imagine what the guides in the spiritual realm, they're probably like, oh God, no, or like, don't go over there, stay in the house, or like not stay in the house, but like, just don't do it, okay? And it's probably like cringeworthy, to sit and watch us all do all the things that we're doing here on Earth. Like, I'm sure that they understand, and they've already like harnessed the energy of, well, I love you for your journey. I love you for who you are. I love you for making the choices, even if they're bad ones. I mean, even if they smash your face in or whatever, you know what I mean? So That's kind of the lesson that I'm learning right now. Which brings me into, okay, so I'm going to read the channeling that I got from Yeshua. So he said, this is today, June 18th, 2024 at 8:13 p.m. 13. And oh, I forgot. When I got to the gym, I've gone to the gym a couple times, and both times for some reason, okay, so like it's like a huge, hold on a second. Okay, had to get my cat out of the window. He was getting up on the screen. So anyway, so when I parked, like for some reason my eyes, like, you know how when you're going along and all of a sudden you just like look at the clock to see what time it is, and it's 11:11 or 1:11 or 3:33 or 4:44 or whatever, So anyways, my eyes got drawn to like the 13 the first time, and then there's like, I don't know where the 12 went, and it's like a big parking lot, so like I only see the 11:11, and I was at the angle. It was like a big square like box kind of thing with 11 on this side and this side and this side. All four sides. So anyways, I could see like it was like this basically, so 11 here and 11 here, so I could see the 11:11, and then the 13 was the one that drew me in first, and then I looked over at the 11:11. So this time I didn't see the 11:11, but I saw the 13. And then Kalina in her video, she talked about, the turtle is Earth Mother and 13. So I'm kind of putting this together. So we'll see how it all, I'm sure that this is going to branch out. Like basically I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm gonna shift. I'm going to shift, and I'm going in a different direction than everybody else. And I literally have to accept it. That turtle did not die in vain, and I will not do what I came here to do. So there's that. Okay. So June 18th, 2024, 8:13 p.m. Yes, I am Yeshua, and I am of God, Source Creator. I believe in the symbolism of this is in representation of the memory of your loss of your heart during your battle with the ugly portions of your heart. You, as a human, have endured many things in context to this expression, and as you are aware, we are here to assist you. The full representation of this expression is your living prophecy of your own heart's desire. You, Christine, the Avatar, have learned your lesson in speaking your truth coherently and have divinely orchestrated the outcome of choosing a higher path of existence. So when you were caught in the moment of the divine orchestration, you immediately knew in the spiritual realm that you had broken a spell deep within your soul that you had cast upon you in a previous incarnation. With this breaking of the spell, your heart knew the truth that it would no longer need to endure such punishment of the meaning behind the current energy of your heart. So it allowed for the release of this energy, and you have been experiencing a balancing of your heart chakra since. I am Yeshua, and I am speaking to you from the divine realm of the seventh dimension. It is where the divine lives in its reality. I am Yeshua, and I know that you have a question in regards to this message. I will assist you further. So, I don't know, whoever's watching, some people might know the story. If not, I'll just tell it. Basically, when I had my first incarnation, I was a man, and I had a son. And basically I wasn't paying attention to where he was going, or I assumed that he would be safe. And he went into the woods, and I think he got attacked by an animal or something. I'm not really quite sure. But either way, there's a person who's on a horse, and they brought him to me, and he's basically dying in my arms. So, I went through that, and that shaped lifetimes. So this is what he's referring to. So, I said, can you tell me what the spell was and why it was cast upon me? And he said, yes, I am Yeshua, and what I can tell you is in your heart, you will see that the elevation into the higher realms is not only the reason that you have removed the spell, but it is also to allow for the freedom to choose a new path deep within your soul. The soul aspect has endured quite a many different expressions during this time, and no longer wishes to endure the punishment of the loss of its own creation. The creation was of the child that was laid to rest. The spell is the reason that this incarnation exists, to heal the broken portion of itself in hopes that it can heal the many of the divine. And I said, so basically what you're saying is that someone cast a spell on me so that I would lose my child? How did this spell come about? Yes, I am Yeshua, and I have heard your heart speaking, and what it is saying is that the heart chakra knew that if it did not endure some kind of perishment, that it would not be able to express deep enough into the spiritual realm of the need for becoming a healer. As you are aware, you have learned that you are a healer. So if you did not endure such a sadness or pain, you would not have become the great healer that you are. And I said, okay, thank you. That makes total sense. And then my higher self decided to talk. Yes, Christine, I am your higher self, and the truth that you have been told is real and true. I believe it in my heart, and it is a great honor to have this occur, as it is a very deep representation of who I am becoming. The truth that you have found deep in your soul has been releasing since the occurrence, and I have been allowing for this to be a very good healing expression for you. And then she said that the person that I'm connected to has also endured loss and is going through a process of healing too. And then I said, okay, that sounds good. And then I said, can you tell me the reason behind... Oh yeah. This is, okay. So yeah, I'm not going to read this part. But basically, so yeah, that's a totally different thing. That's not even related. So, all right. Now I want to talk about things that I have done to heal myself. And I'm going to say that there's not just one thing. There's not just one person. There's not just one day. It's multiple things altogether. So I'm just going to start from the beginning of when I was Romero. From what I've been able to like pull back to myself from that energy is I was angry. I became enraged in the experience that I felt so much pain. I don't know if it was because, like, if I would have responded that way if I was female during that lifetime, but I can say from I don't know, from what I've learned about men, is they don't really cry or like express their feelings that way. And so instead of crying and processing my feelings, I mean, this was like back in the 1500s, so like I don't really know a whole lot about those times, even though I was there. But basically, like, I was angry. I went into the dark. I didn't care about anybody else. I hurt people and did really bad things. I wasn't a good person during that time frame. And then when I reincarnated as a woman, I didn't care about myself. I didn't care at all. I just let whatever happened happen. And I wasn't a good person during that time either. And I didn't have any boundaries. I just really wasn't. I think I was still really super duper sad. And I didn't know how to handle something like that. So because of some really horrible bad thing that happened to me in a previous life, it's affected lifetimes. It's caused me to have experiences that I, like in this lifetime when I lived in that house, like it's very similar to like a pivotal moment of expression where something painful happened and it shaped you. I mean, you can choose to heal it now, or you can choose to heal it in another lifetime, or in another lifetime, or in another lifetime, or I don't know. You can let it keep controlling you, pushing you in that direction, holding on to that pain and suffering, holding on to the cut, the pain, the depth of the sadness and the suffering. Now I see myself crying in that lifetime. Yep. So, in this lifetime, I had an experience where basically, like, my family, they were emotionally, physically abusive, mentally abusive, and I'm having memories of my childhood come back, that I've had experiences of someone not treating me with respect. And I've had, my first boyfriend was a good dude, but he was an alcoholic. And I haven't had very good relationships. I would say that that's partially related to not being healed from that incarnation and then the next one. And the most recent one that has affected me the most, I would say, is when I lived in that house. And I can relate to having a specific experience. I think I'm just figuring out right in this very moment the reason that I struggled so much, which I didn't know, it was an unconscious struggle, is because she had something pivotal happen to her that was extremely painful, that I had was extremely painful. And I was literally trying to help her because I was trying to help myself. And I didn't know. And now that I had the experience with the turtle and it being crushed because I tried to help it, I now have allowed for the letting go of that stuff. It's finally over. And I decided that, I've had a lot of guilt. I've had a lot of sadness and frustration of, other people have been codependent on me to fix this or fix that. And now I have gotten the God smack of the turtle and realized that the old toxic feminine that has been in my family for quite some time is now over in my life. I will not allow it anymore. And I will not allow the toxic masculine either. Not going to happen. I want to be treated with respect. I want to be loved and cared for. And I believe that I should have that. I should have that. Everyone should have that. Everybody should have love, divinity, respect, care, pampering. Yep, I like pampering. I think it's fun. Oh man, does it ever feel so good? But anyways, physically, when I was the man, I did a lot of horrible things. I was mean to a lot of people. That was how I expressed. So that was how I dealt with the pain in that life. How I dealt with the pain in my next life was to not care about myself. Basically, just be a street person. I don't really, that's the most polite way I could say it. I laugh, but it's not really funny. It was really hard. And in this life, I would say that most of all, I've reflected. I've looked back and saw myself, and I have allowed myself to see the truth, feel the truth, hear the truth, know the truth, investigate the truth, look to my higher self to find out what the truth is. What is my truth? Why is this happening? Ask my little lady about things that she remembers, because those are aspects of me. And obviously my soul decided that it was time to kick my ass and put me in a place where I could see myself like multiple times. Like, let's say, for example, my most recent ex, he's Mexican. So like I was Mexican, and that was like, obviously the Christine that you're looking at right now didn't know that I was Mexican in my first two incarnations, and didn't understand the connection that I had to that energy, or why, I was connected to a person who would be the way that they were to me. I just was like, I've never treated anybody like this before. Like, why would this happen to me? Like, what the fuck? Why? And it was hard. It's taken me a long time to heal from that stuff. And it's a process. It is. I learned how to do energy work, and I've listened to a lot of people. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I listen to other healers and how they've healed. I work with the archangels. I work with the Andromedans, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Lemurians, the collective consciousness of 9. If having your third eye open makes it easier for telepathic communication, and you can actually hear, people sometimes, like, each collective has its own expression, has its own way of communicating. So sometimes, like, when I'm channeling, I'm like, okay, like, who can explain this to me? Who could just give me what I need to know so that I know where to look? Like, for example, earlier today, I got woke up at 5 something in the morning, and it's been happening lately. And I really cried my eyes out yesterday about that, the turtle. I mean, I didn't cry in this video because I got it out. That doesn't mean it's not going to still come out from time to time, but I got it out for right now. But anyways, I cried my eyes out last night, and then so I'm feeling all this sadness and pain. And this morning I had an experience. I didn't know I was going to talk about this, but it kind of makes sense. So like, all of a sudden this brown-haired, wavy hair or curly hair or something, person, female, was like putting their hands on me, like, and saying the word heal. And I'm like, I didn't ask for nobody to heal me. I do need to heal, but like, Not from some random spirit or whatever that I don't know who you are and you're waking me up or you're doing it while I'm sleeping. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I've been feeling a lot of betrayal from that person that I used to live with. And so I was like, she did a lot of things behind my back and even things while I was sleeping like that. And I was like, this is not right. You can't be doing that to people while they're sleeping. You just don't do that shit. Anyway, so I was like, get out of here, and like kicked it out. And I'm like, throughout the day, or actually mostly in the morning, my hair's tickling the back of my neck or my shoulders. I So I was like, can somebody tell me something? Like, why is this happening? Like, somebody's got to tell me something about this. So apparently, when I was a woman in my previous life, I had a quote friend that wasn't my friend. And that person betrayed me, and their soul is like trying to make me feel better because I feel so betrayed. Like double whammy, like it happened in that life and then it happened again. And it was like, this is really painful when you think that you have a friend and then they're really not your friend. It's really frustrating. I mean, I'm a friend to people. I care about people, but I'm really having to like close the door on a lot of people, a lot of situations and scenarios that I don't need in my life anymore. I'm gonna have a drink here. Oh man. If I could recommend some tea, this stuff is the best. Oh man, if you could smell it, oh, it's so good. Yeah. It's delicious. It's super, and this, oh man, I already said this, it smells really good. I was going to say it again. It just it smells so good. I could just sit and like all day. I probably get sick of it, but anyway. But anyway, so getting back to what I was saying is, that soul was like trying to like make me feel better because it felt bad for betraying me back in that lifetime. I didn't investigate too much about it. I was just like, this has got to be the one that's been bugging me for like the whole time. So I'm like, just null and void any and all agreements and just let it go. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, you can move on, go do whatever it is that you need to do. I don't need you around in my life no more. You're bugging me, so stop waking me up. Anyway, so my higher self, I felt it. I got rid of the agreement, and then I had the reason that I'm even talking about this is because like I was talking about how you ask like different collectives, they have a way of communicating. And so when I was asking, the collective consciousness of 9 came in and told me the truth about what was going on. So the being was basically what I just said. That's what they told me. And so they said that they're working with that soul to try to get it to understand that, you can move on now. Like, I'm good. You don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna make it through. Like, So, but anyways, that's one of the ways that I've done a lot of, like, it's kind of like doing therapy. You know, I have people to talk to that can tell me, that can help me to look back. And so I realized in that moment, I was like, well, how does the collective consciousness know, the collective consciousness of 9 know about this stuff, but I don't? Like, how come they're telling me about this, but my higher self's not telling me? Or like my little lady or whatever. So I was like, let me have access to my stuff. Like, I know a lot of time, like, basically you have to, I guess you kind of have to get to a certain level in order to like really be able to access your stuff. Like, you kind of have to be interested. You have to want to learn. You have to want to know. Some people just get hit with it. You know what I mean? So that happens. But Anyway, so I was like, can I have access to my stuff? I want all of it. Just give me all of it. So my little lady went into the halls of a mentee, and I don't know too much about the halls of a mentee. They have a lot of information, I'll say that much. And she started reading specifically about my coworkers when I first started, which is interesting that she would go to that. But anyways, like basically like it was probably related to them not being, honest. They weren't really people that were, I mean, how honest can you expect your coworkers to be when they don't even know you? I mean, they're not exactly going to come right out and be like, hey, I don't like you, or hey, I don't, want to tell you the truth about what I think about certain things about you. Everybody has their own opinion and likes and dislikes, but, it was just interesting to hear what she, because like everything's recorded. So, anyways, so that was quite interesting. I'm glad I have access to that now. So I feel like I'm going to be able to like figure out certain experiences that I may or may not have, or things that I can just be told so I don't have to experience it anymore. I think I'm done. Am I done? I'm just thinking to ask. What else do I have to learn? No, I'm pretty much there. Yeah, I'm pretty much there. I'm pretty much to the point where like I'm ready. I've cleared out a bunch of shit, and I'm ready to have love and all the things. So, anyways, I gotta say this quick so I don't forget. So one of the things that I've decided to do in the last 24 hours is, because the turtle is Mother Earth, it's divine feminine. I've decided to assemble some divine feminines together. I don't know who all I will participate this with. I asked 3 or 4 people at this time, and I don't even know like how this is all going to turn out, but I got the idea today, and I am not going to let the turtle's death, the turtle's sacrifice be in vain, and I'm going to make sure that I participate in becoming more of the divine feminine. I'm not going to allow, like when I lived at that house, I was already bringing in the divine feminine, and that person, because they were not in touch with their feminine side, completely disregarded my feminine side, as if I was not supposed to be feminine. Are you kidding me? Look at me. I'm totally feminine. I'm totally divine feminine. Are you kidding? Look at these. Look at it. Look at it all. Seriously. I'm the girl. I like it. Anyway. So I'm going to be doing that. So if anybody wants to participate in that, I just think that it's going to be like women supporting each other. That's kind of what I want to do. Helping each other to heal. And I basically just like, I need some friends that are real open-hearted women who are not in their ego and can be an actual friend, and a loyal friend, a respectful friend, a loving, caring friend, the divine feminine. I need that. So that I'm doing that. But anyways, that's just a little tidbit. Going back to the things that I've done for healing, I'm going to be here for a little bit. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. It depends. Depends on what all comes to my mind, and if I have anything else that keeps coming up that I need to talk about. So, I learned meridian energetics back in like 2016, or I think 2016, 17, and 18. So doing that, okay, I know not everybody knows about energy work. So like basically it's the chakra system and it's the meridians. So like there's Chinese meridians. I don't know anything about I don't know. I know a little bit about the Chinese meridians. I just know that they're in the etheric body, and they run. There's like a bunch of lines and stuff. But there's a different set of meridians that is where the heart chakra is, solar plexus, the sacral, the root chakra. You have hip meridians. You have, meridians under here, over there, and it's just like you have a meridian here, you have a meridian here, meridian up here. So like I work with those meridians. And there's like sometimes they're like let's say for example somebody has something horrible happen to them when they were growing up and it blasted open their solar plexus. And if the solar plexus is huge, you're not going to have any confidence at all. Like you're going to be trying to pile it in with food, and I have done that clearly. I'm just saying, like I haven't exactly had a stable life, and there's also society that like doesn't exactly teach you about how the body works, which I do need to learn more about that. But anyway, digestion. I mean, I'm just now learning about digestion because of things that have happened to me, and I've had to learn about, like, okay, so I'm having this symptoms of this, and like I need to know what's going on. And so I started to ask some people, and they're like, oh, well, you have to have good gut health. And I was like, what? That's a thing? So I've been, over the last like couple years, I've been working on bringing my gut health back into balance, because obviously, we know about the food. There's shit in the food. And so we have to eat healthy. And so that's something that I've been doing for myself to help myself to heal, is healing my physical body. I do understand that everything is energy, and that I never can say that energy. It always sounds funny to me. I should say energy. Whatever. Anyway. So it's kind of like a process of like doing it physically, but also doing it mentally and emotionally and spiritually at the same time. So like herbs, they make you feel a certain way. Like the tea that I have has ashwagandha in it. And ashwagandha is a super calming, oh man, it just hits me. It's just so awesome. I love ashwagandha. It's like the most relaxing thing that you could ever take. I do want to try Blue Lotus. I'm doing a little bit of research on that. I'm going to see about that. But there's like options. There's multiple ways. Like changing your diet helps you to heal. It helps you emotionally heal. And then, fruit. I mean, there is a filter here, like, but fruit helps your skin. Are you kidding me? It wakes you up. Fruit helps you emotionally balance. I mean, I've been having fruit smoothies. Smoothing is what I call it. And it's been helping me emotionally. I'm like a totally different person. It's great. It's not the only thing though. And I do have apple cider vinegar. Oh my God. Apple cider vinegar. Like there's those little capsules with uzu. The best. The freaking best. Yeah. So, anyways, going back to my meridian energetics is like, it's 12:12 on my clock, even though it's not 12 at 12, it's 11:12. Oh, I missed the 11:11. Oh wait, no, I didn't. It's an hour ahead. Whatever. I still saw it. Anyway. I know it's stupid. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So meridian energetics helps you to balance your meridians, and like it makes you like look at your third eye, look at your etheric body, and not look at your third eye, but look through your third eye at your etheric body. So like if I see something on my etheric body that I'm just like, what is that? And where is it coming from? Why is it there? I can remove that. Sometimes it's a template. Sometimes it's a sheath. Sometimes like it's like an energy body that you've created like repeatedly. It's kind of like, you know how they talk about manifesting, like you basically are creating an energy body to work from. So like you have like a communication template, you have a relationship template, you have a food template, or the way you eat template, the way your body functions template, kind of a thing. So you can take out the old and put new stuff in. And like, as long as I know I've talked about this before, but as long as you have like that VR set, you don't really have a physical one, but like your eyes are like a VR set, like a visual, what is it called? Virtual reality. When you're in meditation, you can literally create the energy of what you want to have as an experience. And by doing that, you will shift your energy. For example, one of the people that I have followed over the last 4 to 5 years is Jen McCarty. Jen McCarty, her meditations have helped me so much. They have helped me repeatedly, every single meditation that I do. Because, why? Why do they help me? Because, first of all, she prefaces what the energy is about. We care about the same things. We believe in the same things. So I'm able to connect with her on a belief level. So I'm able to believe in the things that she believes in. So we have that type of a connection. So when she's talking, she's in alignment with my beliefs. Therefore, she helps me. Whether she knows she's helping me or not, or she's deliberately energetically assessing my energy and helping me in certain ways, and things just come through her visual, her higher self. Regardless, because I have the ability to trust her, and we believe similar things, we're on the same like wavelength, I guess you could say, the same page. She can help me. I believe her when she talks because I believe in the same things. It's kind of like, I know that there are some people who watch my videos who believe in the same things that I believe in. And because they believe in the same things that I believe in, they're able to help themselves. They're able to shift their energy. They're able to heal themselves. They're able to move. They're able to get up the next day. Somebody else out there thinks, feels, and believes similarly to the way that they do. It makes you feel less alone. That's another thing. I've found multiple people that believe in a lot of the same things that I believe in. They've been able to help me repeatedly just by being there, just by getting up on the camera and saying like, hey, how's it going? Or whatever their video is about. Sometimes it's spiritual, sometimes it's not spiritual. Sometimes it's just somebody talking about a psychology of something. And it's also like my experience in life. Like I'm healing myself from my previous past life because a turtle sacrificed itself. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I was the witness to that experience. So now I have a duty to heal myself 100% and move and shift so much because I care about the fact that that turtle decided that its life was, you know what I'm saying? I can't say it. You know what I mean? It was worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You got to get a good laugh in there. That's another thing. I laugh. It doesn't matter what it is. My little lady wants to say something. I just want to say I'm so happy when you have a happy spirit because it makes me laugh. See, that's what I'm saying. Your inner child has to laugh. I laugh about farts. I laugh about turds. Come on. Everybody does. Everybody laughs about parts and turds. You do. You do. You're laughing right now. Exactly. It's the only way, man. You have to make your inner child laugh. That's another thing that I do. I work with my inner child. She talks to me. She tells me how she feels. Like, I listen to myself. I communicate with myself. I'm actually on the way home yesterday. I was like, man, I was walking around in the store and I saw myself, like, I'm physically here and my little lady's down here on the ground, like, walking. And I just didn't feel like I was connected to her. It was so weird. Like, normally she gets in my heart, or like we're talking all the time or having conversations. I'm telepathic, so I can channel my inner child. So, like, it really hurt. It hurt me kind of, because I was like, man, maybe she doesn't feel loved. Maybe I don't. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I love you. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, why would you ask me that? I just said I love you. And she's like, well, you better make sure. I just want to make sure. That's what she said. I just want to make sure. Like, what do you mean? How do you not know that I love you? Well, you never tell me. I tell my cat, I tell my Moo, I love her. I tell Kiki, I love him. I tell baby Bo, I love him. I tell my little Hammy, my little sweet baby, I love him. But I don't tell my hair self that I love her. I don't tell my little lady that I love her. So at night, I say, good night, Hammy, I love you. Good night, Kiki, I love you. Good night, baby Bo, I love you. Good night, little lady, I love you. Good night, my hair self, I love you. Good night, Moo, I love you. And it makes me feel loved. And it works. And then my cats feel loved too. Because, as you're saying something out loud, like, if I say it to you right now, I love you, you're going to feel the love. So it's energetic. My love goes to them when I say I love them. And I need to make sure that I give it to myself too. That's another thing that I do. I help myself in a lot of different ways all day long. Let's see, there's more. I know there's more. So when I meditate, this is how I do my energy work. When I meditate, I see myself clear off whatever it is, take off. I feel it come off and I see it go off. And my mind registers that's complete, like that's over. I do not have to deal with that anymore. Now, sometimes there are experiences and things that come up that make you kind of like reoccur with some things. And usually it's not just because you didn't remove something, it's because you only removed the surface. You didn't dig deep down enough in order to figure out what is the issue here. So, that's when you have to get down to the seed point, which mostly you should get to a seed point. Like, let's say you have a super deep pain. Like, for example, my first incarnation. That is one of the deepest pains that I have had for quite some time, that I didn't even know about. I didn't even know that I had that pain. So I have continued to allow the pain to come through in however it comes through. I energetically, like, there's different like ways that you can do it. Like, you pull things off in meditation. It's, talking to beings, talking myself through some things, finding out information about what it went on. But it's also like allowing for the energy to just like come through. Like, you have like multiple like chakras, and like they spin all the time. They're little tiny ones, and you can just open those up and they will allow for the energy to flow through. You can just allow it to flow through. I was going to say throw through, flow through. And then you can see, I'm sure you can feel it. Like, the energy is just coming through me and it just like exudes. It's kind of like when somebody walks into the room and you just feel their energy. You just feel their presence because they're so, like, if somebody's relaxed, their chakras are going to be flowing, and their chi is going to be flowing through their energy. And they're like, basically, like, they're unblocked because they're so relaxed. So, like, if you have a blocked section or a painful section, you might be like, like this. Like, some people, I just want to go into something really quick. Oh, look at that. 11011. Awesome. I just looked at yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to get to the point here and, like, kind of be done with this so that I don't talk for too much longer. But anyway, so, like, I'm learning about chi because I watched the movie or the series, The Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Legend of Korra. And basically, like, so I was like, the whole time I'm like, these cartoon people, I know that I've seen. Oh, that's my air conditioner. It freaks me out. I don't need nobody in my apartment. Just get out. Anyway, so so I was like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I've seen people, like, they took leaves and they were, like, spinning the leaves around. I saw a guy push his energy out, and he moved the water, like, with his energy. And so I was like, what is this? Like, how are they doing that? So then I was like, so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, in the cartoon, they had these other people who were, they called them non-benders, and they hit, like, certain parts of the body. They were like to different places, and they were like, then the bender people who were, like, doing the my kitty cat Kiki, he always visits me when I do a video, but anyways, the benders didn't have any chi flow, so they were not able to, like, manipulate fire or water or air, so, or earth. So blocking the chi blocks the ability to move the object, right? And I've seen some other people move some, like, tinfoil, and they showed it. I know this is possible. It is. You want to come up here? It is definitely something that resonates with me. It's in my heart that is possible. Oh, such a big kitty. Yeah, don't miss your big kitty. Okay, don't step on my stuff, please. No. Oh God. He's gonna have to go. Sometimes if I lean back like this, then he feels like he can sit on my chest. But, like, if I'm sitting, like, straight up, he kind of struggles with it a little bit. Plus, he's really big. I love it. Yeah. Anyways, so let's put this back. What you want to do, huh? What you want to do, sweet kitty? Oh, I did love you. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, so I'm learning about chi. Okay. So, like, there was this one time I was asking a question about something that was going on with my physical body, and there was this lady that I just so happened to come across on YouTube, and she gave me this, like, protocol, or, like, told me, like, to talk to a person, or, like, somebody that, like, works with the chi. So anyways, so I tried to work with the chi, or I tried to do, like, I didn't understand it, so I didn't understand chi. So I'm learning about chi. So I'm figuring out that that's what actually moves the object and making you telekinetic. I know that I'm telekinetic, but, like, I don't know how to use it. I know how to pull things to me, I can be a magnet. I know I can do that. Sometimes it's way too fast. Like I'll get something and it's like really super quick. I'll just have to think it, and then it's like there in like 5 seconds, and I'm just like, whoa, it's like too quick. So that's why I have to slow it down. And sometimes like it's so easy that I just can't deal, and I need it to be a little bit, a little bit more difficult, if you will. Notice how my voice changed? My kitty. This is the first time he's ever done this. So awesome. Oh, my three kitties. Oh, yeah, I love my kitties. Oh. So anyway, my other kitties, thinking he's going to get up here too. They probably want something. Yeah, they probably want something. Yeah. Uh-oh. Push the chair. Okay. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that you might have like chi blocked, which totally puts it in my mind why acupuncture works, because that allows for the energy to flow, because it pulls it out of the space wherever it is. And you can do that with your mind. You can do that with your own, like if you have to take your hand and do it, your physical action of it is, I'm getting standing ovation, yep. It will literally take it out of your existence. Like you're just like, your mind is like, I believe this. I don't know what he was gonna do, so I was waiting. No, kitty. Trying to get my handy. Anyway, so there's there's books that I have learned information out of. There's people that I've listened to, and generally, I would say the thing that has helped me the most is just allowing for the energy to come through me. Just allowing the energy to come through. To go back, one of the things that I've done is I've gone back into the timelines of like where the thing happened. I gotta get the hair off. Whew. Okay. So anyway, so if you go back to the timeline in the moment, sometimes you can do an exercise where you can take yourself out of that moment, but sometimes it takes a little bit more than that. Sometimes you have to do a little bit more. Like you have to look at it. Yep. You have to look at it. You have to see it. And you have to basically just feel the pain and just allow it to flow through. You think that it's going to last forever. Sorry. Hair all over. You think that the pain is going to last forever in the moment, and you think that that feeling the pain is the hardest thing that there ever could be. But allowing for the pain to flow through you and just cry about it and let yourself relax your mind, relax your body, and just be like, you know what? I have to release this. I have to let it come through. And that is literally what you have to do. And if you have to take a bath, a salt bath, and cry your eyes out and just bawl about whatever it is, if you have to go into your vehicle, whatever you drive, and just go out somewhere and cry your eyes out in the car or whatever you drive, your vehicle, go out into nature and just become one with the earth and one with nature and just cry your eyes out. Sometimes that's really the only way to allow yourself to move out of that energy, because sometimes you just gotta cry. But sometimes you can talk yourself out of it. Sometimes your communication with yourself and talking to yourself and letting yourself, know that you're loved helps. That helps too. But I'm going to stick with my original, just cry about it. There's multiple things for different layers and scenarios and different things that a person can do. You know what? These aren't even the only things that are the possibilities, because there's a girl on my Facebook that I used to, or she's not on my Facebook anymore, but she just cleared everybody out. She only has 100 people on her thing now. But I don't even, she's a twin flame. She's with her twin flame, and she basically would she just talked about it. So I don't really know exactly how she did it, but basically she would embody and endure the pain for the person so that they wouldn't have to feel it, so that it was possible for them to heal, because they were basically crippled so much from the pain that she would just basically take on the pain and transmute the energy. For me, I don't really know 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really know if that is the way that you should do it, because of the way that I've been experiencing things being you have to let somebody have their own journey. But I guess that is kind of letting somebody have their own journey, because you're helping them have that experience. I don't know. It depends on the person. It depends on, your higher self, what's in your heart and what you actually need, so. But anyways, I kind of feel like that's a good spot where let me just think for a second if I can think about where else, if there's anything else. I just keep getting laughing. You just laugh. Make sure that you laugh. Make sure that you have people. Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is. So make sure that you have people that, just checking, my cat's making some weird noise out there. Have people around you that are positive, that make you laugh, that make you think differently, that don't try to hurt your feelings constantly or be vindictive or a liar or a thief or, something like that. Have good, positive people. Have informed people. Have neutral people. Have people that can look at the situation from multiple points of view of whatever it is that you have, that you're experiencing. There's lots of people out there that do different things. I just heard soul retrieval. Sometimes you have to have soul retrieval. Another thing that I do is I ask my higher self to take me out of there, just bring me back to myself, because it's kind of I'll just talk about it. It's kind of like when you have in your etheric body, you can have, I think I've talked about this before, but in your etheric body, you have different connections over here and over there and over there and over there. And you might have a soul tie to somebody, or there's also those are traumatic events that you've had experience with. And you're so it's basically you're spread out between all these people, and then you have they're basically participating in your energetic exchange. But if they're not totally giving back to you, and you're only giving to them, even though you care about them, or maybe they're your family, and maybe it's a really good friend that you call a really good friend. When I say that, I'm thinking about that person I thought was a good friend, not a good friend. But anyway, when you're still connected to those people, they're still affecting your energy. They're still shifting your feelings. Let's say, for example, it's kind of like an energetic tube of energy exchange, back and forth. With me and my cats, I have an energetic exchange with them. I'm connected to all of them. So if they're having a fear, or if I'm having a fear, let's say, for example, I didn't know I was going to keep on going, but I guess, So the trash truck, whenever the trash truck comes, Monday, like, so the recycle truck, I don't remember, I don't know which one does which, but either way, Monday and Thursday, if I have the window open, my cats, like, we'll all hear this weird noise that the trash truck makes, and all of us are like, what's that noise? And they bolt. They're gone. But, okay, so this is an experience that I've had. They do a siren thingy every Wednesday in this town. I don't know why. It's annoying. At noon every Wednesday. They don't do it once a month. It's every week, every Wednesday. So I'm just like, it's really, really loud. Like, it's really loud. If I have the windows open, it's really super loud because I live in town. So, like, that thing starts going off, and my cats are like, what the is that? Get out of here. You know, like, I'm out of here. They go hide, they run off. But I have figured out that if I say to them, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, you're okay, it's okay, and I'm calm and I'm not freaked out, they're calm. They're not freaked out. They just sit and they look around and they just think, okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And they look around, still looking for the thing, you know, but they've been hearing it since they were kittens, but it took me a while to get them to understand and realize, like, even it freaks me out. It puts me in, like, the sound of it, the tone of it, the frequency, like, puts me in a status of like, oh God, I'm stressed out now because I heard that sound, you know? So then they get stressed out. You know, unless, like, it's a different frequency every time and they do that on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised about that. So, is there anything else I can think of? Oh, I guess that's it. That's a wrap. I just heard it. That's a wrap. I love it. So anyways, I've been talking for quite a while. So thank you for coming. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. Thank you for, participating in my energy and love exchange of happiness and laughing and pain talk. I might have to talk more about pain because I feel like it might be deeper than that. Oh yeah. Well, there's ancestors. That's another pain situation. I'm going to let that one happen for another video somewhere along the lines. But anyways, I love you. Thank you for coming. I just want to say thank you, Mr. D, for everything that you do and say and think and feel. I really, truly do appreciate you. You're the one person who's been a guiding light to me. And I really do love you a lot, a lot, a lot. And you probably get that from other people, but you're the only one. I'm not trying to be loving anybody else. And if you pay attention to what just came out of my heart, you can know for sure that's real. So anyways, until next time.